Hello, so this is going to be my first Let's Play. So I didn't get all that, well, I got one request as far as survival horror goes, to do Nightmare. It's not something I've really heard of, so I'm going to have to look into it first. In the meantime, I'm going to do my 120% playthrough of Spyro the Dragon. Now, if this one's successful, I could probably do a 100% or whatever the final percentage completion of the other two Spyro games. Now, those there, I'm not going to do a big challenge with it like I'm doing with this one. This one, I'm trying to do it in under 5 hours. But the other two, I'm not, or at least for 2 and 3, I haven't played any of the other ones. But for 2 and 3, I'm not going to be able to do that challenge. For starters, 2, I've actually only completed it 100% once, and that was just because there's 2 orbs to get that are just really hard. So I've only ever been able to do that once, so I definitely can't promise a specific time frame on that. And 3, I never actually even finished it. So, but yeah, if there's interest, I can do those. And but for now, we're going to do 1 because it's fun. So this, let's go with it. In the world of dragons.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000? What about this nasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature. He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Alright, so it's going to take me a second here to get used to the controls.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Alright, so find the dragons. Now, the trick to 110% completion, I find, is to do every single world 100% the first time you go through it. So it tells you, oh, well, you know, find dragons. So, but that doesn't mean you should ignore getting the gems, because you'll need the gems for later. And another thing is that if you don't only do it part way, when it comes time to to actually go back and finish it, you're gonna have a harder time finding like that one elusive gem that you missed or something like that. While if you're going through it the first time, you're gonna have a better chance of doing that. So that is my trick anyways for 120% completion.
Where's Nasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Right. Some of these dragons have really amusing little things. Some of them are lame. Some of them, you know, you can tell that they're just made for kids. And oh shoot. Well, some of them are boring. Like you'll find occasionally you'll just get a dragon, they'll be like, "Thank you for releasing me." And you'll be like, oh, wow, why did you even bother putting that dragon there? Because, I don't know, that'd be me. If I was a game designer, if I was designing this game, if I ran out of things for the dragons to say, I would just reduce the number of dragons. Just because, I mean, that would make more sense. Alright, I think this is the balloonist area. Yeah, it is, so I don't want to go there yet. Well, I'm just going to pick up the gems there and then come back, because I'm not ready to go to the next world yet. So we're going to finish Artisans first. So I should also mention that I did not test this setup first. So I don't know if it's going to work, because it's not, I'm not using fraps, I'm using this thing that I have. It's like a VHS to DVD converter thing. Just because fraps give me trouble. But
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
But yeah, so it's supposed to be like a VHS to DVD thing, but of course it works with anything that's RCA, so I was able to plug it into the PS3. I was actually tempted to use my actual PS1 for this, just because I can, because I still have one, and it's awesome. Oh yeah, that gem, if ever you're missing something in the Artisan's home, check behind these pillars here, because it's really easy to miss a gem from there. Sorry, there's nothing there. Oh, okay. Oh, and anytime you want to save, you can step on one of these things and the fairy saves things for you. Which is a good idea to do every once in a while. Also, if you can, if you just step on the plate, the fairy will also just kind of set it as a checkpoint, so it won't necessarily save your progress, but if you die, if I remember right anyways, if you die, you'll kind of resurrect there. So that should be everything around here. So I've got 10 gems left and 1 dragon, I think. So those will be over this way. Oh, and these sheeps give you butterflies, and the butterflies make your dragonfly stronger. And you need your dragonfly sparks. In later games, he's more... there we go, 100 gems. In later games, he's like a companion. In this game, he just tells you how much life you have.
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The Artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth. But you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
Yeah, and then when you hit select, you can tell what you've got. So here I've got all the gems and I've got all the dragons. So so this world is complete, which is the home world, and then you can do other things. So I'm gonna do Stonehill just because that's one of the easier ones. So it's a good one to start with. Actually, I call Stonehill one of the easier ones. It's easy in that there's not all that much stuff that can hurt you. Oh, except those guys. You have to flame those guys, by the way. You can't charge them. Oh man, I'm sucking today. I'm really usually good against these guys. What's hard about this level is that there's a lot of little nooks and crannies, and I mean a lot. Let's see if I can get this guy. Oh man. Okay, wow. Find some sheep. So yeah, see, my dragonfly's gone. So yeah, So now I'm eating butterflies. Yay! Kind of wondering if there might be some lag in the game here because of this program I'm using. Because usually I never have any trouble with those bulls, and yeah, for all of them to hit me, that's really rare. So yeah, so in here, there's another dragon. There's also a treasure chest, as you can see. And that treasure chest, we're gonna have to come back for it later because we don't have money.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Yeah, so everything I just told you about the dragonfly, that dragon just summed up in like 5 seconds. Oh yeah, and these sparkles here, they bring you back up. Woo! Right, so, but yeah, there's a lot of little places in here, so it's kind of tricky, but let's take a look. Oh my god. There definitely has to be some sort of lag here. There we go. Now I'm owning the way I used to. Yeah, I think there's definitely some lag. This is a pain in the butt. Oh, and the enemies give you gems as well, which is probably pretty obvious if you've been paying any sort of attention, but and that's really one of the reasons why I find that you have to that you should aim to get 100% on a level the first time you go through it, because otherwise hold on, dragon.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet!
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
But yeah, so when you go through a level again, the enemies come back, like they respawn, essentially. And yeah, when the enemies respawn, they don't drop gems. Instead, they'll I almost fell off there. They'll drop like these little orb things, which granted give you life, but yeah, but if you happen to miss an enemy, then it'll be hard to tell which one's which, right? Now these little blue guys here drop dragon eggs. They're really, really tricky the first time you play. I remember chasing that guy for about half an hour first time I played. He's just a pain in the neck. But eventually you kind of learn how they work, but oh, they are really, really annoying sometimes. So I'm just gonna do a run through here, make sure I'm not missing any gems, and this is a really, this part here is really easy to miss gems, because there's a lot, they're just spread out a lot. Right. Oh, see? I would have missed that. And I think over here. Ah, right here. And right here. Oh, and these things here, they just mark the edge of a level. You can't go through them. Believe me, I've tried. But yeah, this is another thing with this level here. If you find you're missing gems, this top part is the place to go. And, oh, there's one more. And yeah, this castle's kind of in the middle of everything. You can get to every spot from here. Now, this is technically the end of the level, but this level's a bit chaotic, so.
Hey, After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Right, so there's a good example of stuff that's there, like, just for kids. Because, I mean, really, like, kids are the only people who will probably get much of a kick out of that. Because, you know, most other people, if an old person tells us, hey, I'm going to tell you a story, we say, oh, yeah, sure. But kids are the only ones who are like, oh my god, a story from an old person! Right, and there's a key here, so that for that chest that I found earlier. And another little thingy to bring me back up. And yeah, it's a really easy part to miss just because, ow! Yeah, just because, who's gonna guess, hey, jump off the cliff. Oh, these things give you dragons, which are extra lives, which is awesome. Alright, so now you can tell I'm back in that first place that I started at. And whee! Alright, now there was one more spot in here that was actually just a room. There it is. With some extra gems. Yay, got all the gems, and I think this is the last dragon.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Yep, that's all the dragons. Awesome. So now I can go back. Now technically you can leave the world in an easier way than this. You can just, I think you can, yeah, you can exit level right from here. I always prefer to actually go to the little portal thing. I mean, it's not like it's hard to get to most of the time. By the time you've got, like, when you get to everything, yeah, you see they're back now, but instead of giving you gems, they're going to give you, oh, come on. Alright, let's find the other guy. Yeah, they give you little orb things, which will eventually give you more lives. But yeah, so eventually by the time you get to the end of the level, you're all good when it comes to you're right by the thing, so yeah, that's why. But anyways, I'm gonna call it quits for now. I'm just gonna save. Just because I'm running about 20 minutes here, so I don't know how much time I'm allowed to upload to YouTube right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna save and exit. And you know what? So far, I'm making pretty good time. Now the regular levels aren't really what's going to challenge me for the 5 hours. It's going to be the flights, which I'll get to later, and one particular level in, I think, World 4 or 5. But yeah, so I'm going to call it a quits for now because I'm getting close to 20 minutes, and yeah, don't know how much I can upload to YouTube. So I will see you all next time.